Welcome to Healthy Thursday here on the AM show. And this morning, we're at Nova Wellness Center and we're talking everything to do with your back. And I have my producer on the bed right now. This is a DRX 9000, a spinal decompressor. And it's one of the machines here at Nova. And what it does, I don't know, but I can tell you, I'll introduce you to the person who can tell you what this does. And really this morning we want to talk about how to take care of your back so that you have a back that lasts you a lifetime. Joining us this morning is Dr. Na Ashele Dodo. She's the CEO for Nova Wellness Center. And she will be telling us how to take care of our backs, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic, when we're doing a lot more sitting and a lot more lying down. Good morning, Dr. Na.
Good morning, everyone.
It's so great to have you. So Echo is on this machine, and it looks a little bit scary, but maybe it's not as scary as it looks. But what does this machine do?
So this is the DRX 9000 spinal decompression machine. Now for our patients who have severe lower back pain, which radiates or it travels down one or both legs. Sometimes the legs get numb or it tingles, there's burning sensation. So what this machine does is to work on the disc. You know, in between all your spinal bones are these cartilaginous material. We call it intervertebral disc. Now the discs are there so that two bones don't rub against each other.
Okay.
And then it doesn't irritate the nerve.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm seeing so many cases of severe lower back pain because of disc degeneration.
Okay.
Or disc wearing out.
Okay.
People are sitting for longer hours. People have poor posture. People are lifting improperly. All these things can cause the disc to be squished. Mm-hmm. And that puts severe irritation, or that puts a lot of pressure on that nerve. That nerve cannot send impulses out to the lower back muscles and into the legs. That it's what brings on that severe type of lower back pain. So this is state-of-the-art technology. We started using this at Nova Wellness Center just since January.
Okay.
And we've been very, very effective at helping people with severe lower back pain.
Talking about severe lower back pain, you kind of never really worry about your back until you begin to have issues with your back. So can you just take us through what some of the early symptoms of back pain, some of what those symptoms are, and what to look out for, and what to do when you experience some of these symptoms?
So before you start to have severe lower back pain, most of the time it will start intermittently or on and off. You have a pain here a bit and then it goes away type of thing. Some people would realize that they cannot walk easily.
Okay.
Maybe they used to walk 30 minutes, but now they walk for 5 minutes and they have severe pain.
Okay.
Somebody would say, when I'm seated and I try to stand, it's a process. I have to get up slowly. When I stand, I have to give the body some time to get used to the new posture before I move and things like that. All these are signs that there could be spinal misalignments, there could be degenerated disc in the lower back, which is putting pressure on the nerves.
Okay, so the first indication of problems is pain?
Most of the time,
okay.
Or sometimes to posture.
Okay.
With lower back, you realize that all of a sudden you are not able to stand up straight.
Okay.
I have a lot of patients who will come in and say, I woke up and I realized that my body is tilted. Because of the pain, I'm not even able to stand upright.
Okay.
So posture is also key, and not being able to do your normal daily activities. You cannot sweep, you cannot do all these things that typically you would do.
You're talking about these pains that prevent you from doing your normal day-to-day activities, but what about the kind of aches and pains that we've become accustomed to? You wake up in the morning, maybe you didn't lie down properly or you didn't. Are those cause for alarm as well? Do we need to see a doctor when we have those accidents?
Great question. So if you woke up and you're having some achiness because you slept wrong, typically your body should fix that problem within a day, maximum 3 days.
Okay.
So without having to take a painkiller or do anything drastic like that, your body should be able to handle that type of stress.
Okay.
However, if that lingers and you realize that it's been a week you are still having that pain since that day you woke up wrong, then you should know that it's a possibility. Maybe something else going on apart from just the muscle being tight because you slept on it properly and things like that. So when it lingers, or sometimes it's a pain you never felt before.
Okay.
You know how you feel when you slept wrong and you wake up, what the pain is like. But this morning, that pain is different.
Okay.
Then you need to pay attention to it. You haven't experienced that type of a pain before. It's severe. It's immobilizing you. You're not able to move and things like that. Because we need to realize that pain is just a sign.
Okay.
Pain in itself is not the disease.
Okay.
So pain is the signal that, hey, there's a problem.
Okay.
So that your body knows that, hey, don't do this that way or don't bend. It's almost like a protective mechanism, really, when you have pain. Okay. So we need to study it and see the type of pain it is. Is it the same every 2-3 times a week I get this type of pain? Or is this different? If it's different, that's when you need to do something about it.
Okay. So let's talk about this whole COVID-19 era and the fact that a lot more people are living sedentary lifestyles and how that affects our back. How do we kind of find a space or balance between the fact that we are working from home or we are at home a lot more and doing maybe less activity and keeping our spines healthy and in a good space?
So unfortunately, one of the things that COVID-19 has brought us is sedentary lifestyles, like you rightly mentioned. So if you're working from home, it becomes even more difficult because when you're in the office, you're moving from office to office, you're, making photocopies, you're doing all sorts of things, which keeps you active more. But when you're at home, unfortunately, you could be working on your bed, you could be working on your couch, you could be working on your kitchen stool, on the floor.
kitchen stool.
So there's so many things that can happen. And I'm seeing the effect of that here in my office because I've actually seen a surge of neck pain, back pain since the pandemic started. And when you ask questions, a lot of people are working from home. So they'll say things like, since I started working from home, I've been having this pain. So simple things. You need to create a simple workspace at home. Okay. And when I say workspace, I'm not talking about a full ergonomic chair, excellent table. If you have a simple dining set, table and chair, that could be a very good starting place. Okay. You can use some pillows to support yourself. If you have notebooks, for instance, if you don't have a desktop like you would have in your office, you just need some notebooks to put under your laptop, elevate it, and that helps to improve your posture. Okay. So simple things. You don't need fancy things. And you need to make sure that maybe every 45 minutes you're taking a water break. Every 30 minutes you take your eyes off the monitor. Simple things like that so that you can reduce your stress levels.
With work. Okay, so let's talk really briefly about intentional exercising as a preventative measure when it comes to back issues.
Sure. So exercising is a great way to reduce back pain. I always say there are different types of exercises. Okay. There's the cardio, which we're running, we're jogging, and then there's the strengthening exercises like your sit-ups, core strengthening exercises and all that. But then there's also stretches. Okay. And stretches are an excellent way to reduce muscle tension, to strengthen the muscles that are weak, and that can also help to reduce back pain, especially in the early phases of back pain. Okay. So that's why it becomes so important that people don't wait till they realize they cannot walk or they cannot get up from bed before they want to solve their back pain. If we catch it early, sometimes it just means simple exercises, and you can get a lot of relief and we fix that back problem.
That's amazing. I think one of the last things that I want to talk about is traditional chiro. So this machine is a new wave, it's a new thing, we haven't really seen it before. But what we know are the adjustments. Are we still, doing those as a form of treatment and even as a preventative? Because most people walking around need an adjustment or two. So what are adjustments, and how should we be doing them often?
So adjustments, we're still doing adjustments.
Okay.
And that's also another way to treat back pain. So this is just another tool in the box with the DRX 9000, because this is only for the lower back.
Okay.
We have people who have neck pain, we have people who have shoulder issues, knee problems, elbows, and so on and so forth. So the adjustments is still done, and the main purpose is to make sure that your entire spine is properly aligned.
Okay.
Again, from the bad posture and all the things we talked about, sedentary lifestyle, a lot of the times people develop misaligned spinal vertebrae.
Okay.
So the adjustment is just a very simple movement done on the specific individual bones, very, very light, to help the bone to come back to its normal place so that there's less pressure on the nerve. So
I'm laughing because you said very, very light. It does not feel very, very light. It is earth-shattering when you're having your bones put back in place.
It feels great. I mean, sometimes during the process, there's a bit of a shock and you may feel a little bit of tension here and there, but generally, most people realize that after the adjustment, they have a lot of relief, they're able to sleep better, they're able to move better, pain comes down after a number of sessions. So we're still doing the adjustments, and it complements the decompression. Because if we decompress in a spine that is misaligned or it's all over the place, it's just a vicious cycle. So whilst patients do the decompression, we also strongly recommend that they have their spine fully aligned.
Okay, well, any takeaways for our audience just before we go?
Yes, so I would say that you need to take care of your spine. It's the framework of your entire body. So if that framework is out, nothing else works. So sit well, stay mobile, and make sure your spine is in perfect shape.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Na Ashele Dodo. This is Nova Wellness Center. I walked in here a year ago. I couldn't walk. I was in tears. I was in pain. Dr. Na took care of me, and I wear high heels every day. So if you have back pain, you know where to go. But more importantly, take care of your back, because you really don't want to have to deal with the pressures and the pain of having issues with your back. This is Healthy Thursday here on the AM show. Don't go anywhere.